Marvel gives us the latest installment of their Prime Universe, and the villains are many. I'm not a fan of Marvel at all. I do enjoy the films, but I've had enough of the superhero bull. How long are we going to have to watch Marvel films, even DC films? Is that the best material that the film industry has to offer for viewers these days? There is so much source material out there, books with many stories that are just as famous as Harry Potter and the Game of Thrones. Why are we stuck in this limbo of comic book superheroes? It's literally been decades. Thunderbolts is all about the bad guys reinventing themselves into the not so bad guys and dealing with past trauma and identity issues. The most stable heroes Marvel could find these days.
The worst of the worst.
But that's just the thing. Did we really need this film to be made? Did we really need to have the new Avengers appear? Especially since Doomsday is what everyone is waiting for and the cast list is immense. Clearly, the MCU want to do things on a bigger scale, but they are not delivering on the writing in their films. Doomsday will be just like Infinity War. Too many characters, which means that every scene is going to be around 3 to 5 minutes of dialogue so that the audience can get a grip of the writing or the story of the film, and every character gets their time on screen. When Avengers Infinity War was released, the audience already knew that everything was going to be over the Infinity Stones and that Thanos and his army were going to make their entry into the film. But what do we know about Avengers Doomsday, really? Nothing at all. What's the main focus of the plot, really? I don't know. I know Jonathan Majors was supposed to be Kang the Conqueror, and everything was supposed to be centered around his character, but because Majors experienced being convicted with assault and harassment against ex-girlfriend Grace Jabari, he had to be let go.
You are fired!
The MCU is owned by Disney, and these days when a celebrity is charged with anything, large corporations remove themselves from the celebrities before or after the influencer or celebrity has been proven guilty in order to save face amongst the consumers and media. Jonathan Majors had to be let go, and all the money and time spent in the writing, the MCU films he was in, and the momentum built up for Kang the Conqueror's big brawl with the MCU heroes was just erased to save Disney's sacred timeline, which is their movie franchise, all because a black man ran away from white women in New York. Coming back to Thunderbolts, this was a bit of a depressing film. Each character faces their own issues and how to adjust themselves with it. Bucky is trying to change and create a life in America rather than punch and shoot. That's why he tried to be a politician. Bucky hasn't lived his life ever since Hyde returned him, and his best friend Steve finally got the girl of his dreams and lived out a full life, and Bucky wants the same. Red Guardian, on the other hand, is looking for excitement and meaning amongst making and living in the US. He clearly yearns for those days where all the kids looked up to him as a hero and he had his time in the spotlight. US Agent Walker is battling with himself for losing his family and the role of Captain America, from being promoted to a position the entire world respects and can depend on, to being thrown to the shadows for shady corporations. This is not what Walker wanted for himself. Yelena feels lonely after hearing Natasha has passed away, and she is done working in the shadows for shady corporations as well. She wants to be recognized as someone dependable and trustworthy because she believes that will make her more important to others. Bob, also known as the Sentry, battles with the memories of living in a dysfunctional family and having an abusive father, having a mother that turned to drugs. Bob also suffers from drug addiction and anxiety and chose to enter the Sentry program as he believed this would make him different and maybe be more than who he already is. It's not hard to see that the only villain in this film is depression. The audience did not pay to feel depressed in theaters, eating all those delicious popcorn and sweets, only to be depressed because maybe the film hit hard personally at some point. You exit the theater and drive home thinking, what the hell did I just watch? And also the repressed memories you've been holding back because the film had to remind you about it.
You think we wasted our time coming here, don't you?
This is supposed to be a film, not trauma therapy without the therapy for the audience. Thunderbolts is not a film that the audience will want to watch, cause you won't have a great feeling after sitting 2 hours watching a character's trauma. That's the rant. Bye! Hey, thank you for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more content on this channel.